How's it going, everybody? And in today's video we will be talking about how to build your discipline. Before we get into the video, please consider liking and subscribing, as that will help this video reach others that could potentially benefit from it. Before we delve into the video, let me talk about a part of my life when I first started self-improvement and how it will help you understand this video a little bit better. When I first started self-improvement, there's a moment where I decided that in the morning I'm gonna wake up at very early, like at 5 a.m. I'm gonna go for a run and I'm gonna do deep work for the whole morning. I'm gonna work a lot and get a lot of stuff done. What happened was, in the morning I woke up at 5 a.m. I went for a run, and then when I came back, instead of doing the work that I was supposed to do and that I intended to do, I ended up falling back asleep. And that right there, it's because it was a lack of discipline. I didn't have the required discipline and willpower to go through with what I intended and get things done and accomplish my goals. Now, mind you, yeah, I went from waking up super late in the days and going to bed really late to just randomly waking up at 5 a.m. and going for a run. So yeah, you can see why I'm bound to fail. I was really tired in the morning. But again, that comes from a lack of discipline. I wasn't disciplined enough to have a normal regimen of sleeping at an appropriate time and waking up at an appropriate time. So when I tried to take actionable steps, I A, did it the wrong way, and B, failed completely. So now, if you're in a situation of wanting to build your discipline, doing what I did, which was doing something cold turkey, is probably the worst thing that you can do for yourself. Because initially I lacked the discipline and willpower to start building the discipline that I wanted to, I failed simply because I went into it cold turkey again. Now, what I should have done, and it's the best way that I suggest to do it, is to do it gradually. So if I'm wanting to wake up early in the morning and go for a run or whatever, and then do something productive, what I should have done was pick a time. So let's say every day I kept waking up at 1 p.m. So pick a time. Let's say I'll wake up at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. or a little earlier than I'm waking up, and each day slowly increasing that. Each day wake up a little bit earlier and earlier, just to go into it gradually. The same thing with going for the run. Because my cardio was so weak and horrible, I could just go for a walk each morning and start implementing periods of jogging and essentially work my way to the point where I can go for a run consistently and every morning. So then that way I'm slowly building these good habits so that I can get to my goal. And again, that's essentially how to build your discipline. You evaluate where you're complacent in your life. You start doing changes, so you go from being complacent and doing these bad habits to voluntarily choosing to put yourself through pain and discomfort in order to achieve your goals and in order to achieve those good habits. Another thing I'll mention is that last summer of 2023, I used to weigh 205 pounds, and it wasn't until later in the year where I changed up my lifestyle and diet, where I lost 25 pounds and I went down to 180 pounds. And that's another example of how I build my discipline. I gradually went from being 205 pounds and living the lifestyle of eating junk food, being lazy, to slowly eating healthier, start implementing intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting, started being more active and doing more active things. And it all didn't happen overnight. It was all gradual. It all started with baby steps. Slowly do one thing at a time. Because in that way, if you do something gradual and you're already somebody who doesn't even have the discipline and willpower, going gradual will build the discipline and the willpower. Essentially, that's the building blocks of discipline and willpower, which discipline and willpower is the building blocks of self-improvement. You don't, when you build a house, you start with the structure. You don't start with the roof. So you so you have to start from the bottom and work your way to the top, essentially. And that's how you build your discipline. You evaluate where you're complacent. You start taking actionable steps and changing up your lifestyle. And you start voluntarily choosing to put yourself through the pain and discomfort. One last thing I'll mention is a good way to understand discipline is the good habits and bad habits. View it like this: bad habits are things that are obviously not good for you, like eating junk food, sleeping in, but it brings you comfort because they're easy to do and it's comfortable. It's comfortable and easy to eat junk food. It's comfortable to not do the hard work when you're supposed to. It's comfortable sleeping in all day. Whereas good habits require you to do hard work and put yourself through pain. So fasting is a good habit, working out's a good habit, reading is a good habit, but it all requires you to put yourself through some pain and discomfort. So if you combine having that mindset with what we talked about, doing something gradually, you'll essentially start building the discipline to get where you want to get to in life, to achieve the goals that you want to. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Please consider liking and subscribing so that other people can view this video and benefit from it just as yourself. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.